start a slightly different style of music again. A big feature of the fiddle and fill motivational guitar method is that we go from rock, classical, folk, bluegrass, pop, rock and blues, and even music of other cultures. So very wide range of music, because music is too exciting just to stick to pop or rock music alone. So with blues, we're going to learn the blues scale on page 27 first of all. So look at the tablature, and then very importantly look at the music as well, so you know how to read the music for a blues scale as well. So C blues scale starts on 3rd fret on 5th string. Then play it backwards. Then, as we did with our Spanish scale earlier on, you can experiment a bit, make up a little tune with just a few notes of the scale. Okay, that could be a lot of fun. Then what you could do is you could try playing a little short tune you made up yourself with a scale, and then a friend has to echo that back to you. Your teacher might play that little musical game with you. Professional jazz musicians do that sort of thing all the time. Okay, it takes a little bit of practice. And first of all, it might seem really difficult. And then you could try writing down those little tunes that you make up, which are called riffs, little short little tunes that you make up in blues called riffs. Write them down, and before long, you could actually write your own blues song. So now let's look at page 28, the melody for Rock and Roll Man. Now I haven't bothered to put the tablature there because it's if you've learned the scales and the blues scale and the C major scale, you get to know what strings, but I have put the fret numbers. All you need to remember is what string it's on. So let's take a close look at the left hand as we play Rock and Roll Man, and then the chord riff part as well. Okay, now we play the melody part, looking closely at the left hand for Rock and Roll Man on page 28. We start with 1st fret on the 2nd string. 1, 2, 3, 4. Directly under there, the chord riff part. Now, you don't play them at separate times. Get a friend to learn how to play the chord riff part, and then you play the melody part together. So here's how the chord riff part goes. It starts on the 3rd fret on the 5th string. Repeat that over and over again. At the same time as the friend is playing the chord riff part, you also play, someone else can also be playing the melody part at the same time. Or, if you've made up some of your other riffs using the C blues scale, you can have the chord riff part going, and someone else also strumming the chords and playing your riffs or making up your own tune at the same time. Alright, now turn across to page 29 and let's learn the rhythm guitar part. Now you'll see the chords above, written above the rhythm guitar part, and we've got a C. So you could get a C chord and do this. But it doesn't sound very bluesy. Have a look at the tablature. If you put your index finger on the 3rd fret on the 5th string and on the 5th fret of the 4th string, and they are quavers or quick notes. So if the pulse is 1, 2, 3, 4. And what I'm doing here in my right hand, I'm just strumming I've put my palm of my hand on the bridge, and I'm just slightly touching the strings there with my palm of my hand, and with my plectrum or my thumb, I am just strumming quavers on just those two strings. So here's the first 4 bars of the rhythm guitar part for Rock and Roll Man, page 29. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, for the F chord, we put the first finger on the 1st fret of the 6th string, and our 3rd finger, a bit of a stretch, but you can do it, on the 3rd fret of the 5th string, and we strum just the 6th string and the 5th string. Back to what we had first, 3rd fret on the 5th string, 5th fret on the 4th string, or just look at the tablature, and just only strum the 5th and the 4th strings. Now it changes quite quickly. Put your 1st finger on the 3rd fret of the 6th string, so in other words just move it up a string, and 5th fret on the 5th string. Strum the 6th and the 5th strings. Move down 2 frets to our F chord, back to our C chord, back to our G chord. Now, let's put that together. Just the rhythm guitar part, and you might want to rewind this video a bit and have a close look at which frets and which strings I'm strumming, and look at the tablature. But once you've learned that, don't look at the tablature, look at the music notation on the top stave. Look at those notes so that you're learning to read the music. So, C chord, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. F chord. Back to the C chord. G chord, F, C, and G. Last time, go just play a C. But you can repeat that over and over and over again. And you can have the chord riff part, the rhythm guitar part, and the melody part all going at the same time. And you'll hear that on track 21 on the CD. Track 22 on the CD has the rhythm guitar and the rhythm section playing, but not the melody. Here's a little hint. When you've made up your own riffs, you can practice making up your own blues tunes with the notes of the scale with track 22 on the CD or with your friends.